Good morning. Welcome to the Fargo Police Department swearing in and promotional ceremony. Everybody please stand for the presentation of the colors by the Fargo Police Honor Guard. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated. I'd now like to welcome Chief of Police David Zapolsky.
Morning, everyone. Welcome to an auspicious, important day. We start out 2023 with a big bang here. I'd like to recognize and thank our elected officials, our Department Honor Guard, Department staff who are here in support, and also welcome our new officers, Brenna Hildreth and James Tabbert, as well as our new promotees, Joel Erickson, Nick Jonas, Adam Milquist, and Jessica White. Equally important, let's recognize the family of all these new team members. We thank you for sharing your son and daughter with us. Let's give all of these folks a round of applause, please. Before I continue, I'd like to welcome our mayor, Dr. Tim Mahoney, to offer some remarks.
Good morning. Thank you for being here today. Before I say anything else, I would like to congratulate Fargo's newest officer, sergeants, and lieutenant. It's great to start the new year off with a bang. Chief told me this was going to happen right after the new year, and I'm very proud to see this happen and coming in our department. The 6 of you have worked hard to get where you are, and we are very proud of you. You have been challenged mentally and physically. You have been committed to memory, the proper techniques to safety, and effectively serve as guardians for this community. You have faced many difficult tasks and challenged with learning a wealth of knowledge. I'm especially happy that I've been around for part of your career, so I've seen you advancing as time has gone on and gotten the good reports of how you've advanced and the things you've done for our community. Through it all, you have persisted and rose to the challenge and are to be advanced today. This speaks volumes for your character. We are honored to have you representing our community. Maya Angelou once said, "I learned that people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you make them feel." Police officers have unique opportunity and ability to return the sense of dignity to victims of crime, and even restore a person who is accused of a crime by treating them all with respect. Do not forget that with service comes compassion. Serving our community is not for the faint of heart. Your interactions with people will likely come at one of the worst days of their life. They will look to you to guide them and lift them up. In these difficult times, I urge you all to think back why you chose to be an officer. As sergeants and lieutenants embark upon the next step of the law enforcement career, it is important to remember what it takes to be a leader. Winston Churchill said, "Courage is what it takes to stand up and speak. Courage is also what it takes to sit down and listen." Our leaders in the department must routinely stand at a podium and give briefings, updating their fellow officers and times of our community. They get pretty good at standing up and talking, but it's equally as important to sit down and listen. As a leader, you will regularly attend community meetings. It'll be very important to sit and listen to what the community has to say. We're in a new era now in which people want to be heard and people want to feel that you are concerned about their concerns and needs. I truly think our department does this every day, and I very much thank those in rank and file that do a great job in our community. It is also important that you support your fellow officers. You grow into a new type of family in the police department. You also encourage each of you to be safe, help encourage everybody to grow, and help them become the best officers that are capable of becoming and serving the Fargo community. It has been said that true leadership lies in guiding others to success. Everybody is performing at their best, doing work they're pledged to do and doing it well. Fargo Finance is one of the greatest departments in the United States. In the city of Fargo, I have pride for the work everybody does every day, and they do it without complaining, without coming to us and giving issues of what they're having difficulties with. With the equipment, the leadership, the people surrounding you, you should be very successful in a new step in your career. I'm proud every day to see any of the officers out in the field and the work you do. And I'm happy to hardly get any complaints. Those go to the chief. But remember, honor those who have served before you with your actions. Remember, you have the support of this city and this community. We have the utmost trust in you. On behalf of the Fargo City Commission, I would like to offer one more congratulations to our newest officers, sergeants, and lieutenant. You have put in the work, you've done the right reasons, and you have earned it. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mayor. It is vitally important that for us to be successful, we have good support from our elected officials, and we appreciate the partnership with Mayor and Commission. As you can see from the bios, our new officers come from a variety of experiences and skills. Brenna, a degree from both NDSU and M State in criminal justice, and served for several years, still does, in the Army National Guard as a military police officer. James, also a criminal justice degree from NDSU, comes from the farming industry, a farming family. He met his brother, who was slightly taller than him. So looks like pretty good crew there. And they're also trendsetters because both of them are the first law enforcement officers in their family. So hopefully they're setting a trend that will go long and far. Brendan James is Fargo Police Department Academy number 3 graduates. We're extremely proud of you. Congratulations on successfully completing the academy last fall and getting ready to move into the next portion of your career with our department. A couple things to kind of prepare you for as you get ready for your police training officer status. You'll start to see things that will be a little bit different. Going forward, you'll be known not just by James and Brenna or what other family nicknames they might have for you. I didn't extract those yet, but I'll work on it. But your name followed by Fargo Police Department officer. So everything you do going forward, off duty and on duty, will be viewed for better or worse from that perspective. I'm confident that you will represent yourselves, our department, and our profession well. That's why you're here today. We do a lot of vetting when we hire folks here, and we look for character and competence in doing so, and you've met that mark. It's also why family, peer support, and wellness are so important. Your family and peers keep you grounded and assist you in your career journey, so you need to stay in touch with them. Wellness keeps you healthy, physically, mentally, financially. So engage in our department wellness program. We've got an excellent peer support team here as well. If you need help in any way, don't be afraid to ask. We're here to support you in your journey. Unfortunately, we lost an officer in our law enforcement profession just a week ago out in Minot, Officer Patrick Blanchard. So we pray for him and his family. We also pray that something like that does not befall our department. And so it's real critical, the work of our wellness group, our peer support team, and your ability to feel comfortable coming forward if you have any difficulties at all. We do see a lot of traumatic events. We have a lot of tough days. We also have a lot of really good days. And those very often make the media. Both of you are contributing to the growth and improvement of our department team as we strive to attain our vision of a safe and unified community built on trust, accountability, and inclusion. We're doing that by enhancing leadership and training. The promotions that are happening today, big part of that leadership and development of our department. Strengthening community relationships in many different areas and continuing to grow a forward-thinking department. So as you prepare to enter the next phase of this noble career, please remember some words of advice. You will need to be leaders. Even though you're an officer, you're still a leader in the field. You're a leader to someone in the community. You might be, as you gain tenure, a leader to a peer in your department. Leaders must have the ability to influence human behavior to achieve organizational goals that serve the public. That's our leadership goal. And so how do we influence human behavior? Because we're human, everyone else is human. We got to try and get people to do stuff, right? It's not about stars and bars. It's not about badges and guns. It's not about your legal authority to control and direct others. Your greatest amount of influence will be gained by building relationships and treating everyone with dignity and respect. You must do this daily, both internally in our department, as we build and continue to enhance our department culture, but externally with our community. The folks on your beat, the people that you have incidental contacts with, all important leadership opportunities for you. Sir Robert Peel, the first commissioner of the London Metro Police Department, all the way back in 1829, established 9 principles for effective policing. Principle number 3 fits in well here, in which he said the police must secure the willing cooperation of the public in voluntary observance of the law to be able to secure and maintain public trust. So through relationship building, through your excellent communication skills, we are seeking for voluntary compliance. The law is based on the fact that most people follow the law. If they didn't, we're way outnumbered, right? So ability for us to control and gain that influence without having to resort to other means, that really creates a lot of influence for us. Number 2, skepticism is healthy. Cynicism is deadly to our organization and our profession. We want you to be inquisitive. You need to feel free to ask questions. We're in a continual learning environment, and you can't be afraid to fail at something. As long as you're doing the right things for the right reasons, myself and the department stand behind you. We know that a lot of well-intentioned acts that we have to or become involved in are out of our control, and we do the best that we can. As long as you're thinking in that perspective, you don't have to worry about failure. Learn from failure, grow from it. It's an opportunity, and just continue to ask questions. 3, never take your position for granted. Remember how excited you are right now. I know James and Brenna, extremely excited. Our promotees are pretty excited too, but they've had some years on, so they've managed that. They don't have that. They've got excitement, but when you look at the new hires, right, pretty excited for this. You should feel that way every day when you come to work. Every day when you pin your badge on, put your uniform on, come to work, you should be proud of the work that you do, because the work that you and all of us do is extremely important, and it's not going away anytime soon. 4, everything you do is important. Nothing's insignificant, right? Every contact you have, phone call, investigation, traffic accident, incidental contact, those are all opportunities to garner trust, support, and cooperation from our community. You know, people want to be engaged. As the mayor said, people want to be heard. Absolutely, right? We want to give them an opportunity to tell us their story before we make decisions. Those are some basic procedural justice pillars as well. It also works internally, right? So trust, support, and cooperation internally as we continue to build our team, equally important. And lastly, remember our purpose, our why. Why do we do this? Number one, to protect the vulnerable from harm by preserving life, peace, and property in that order. Again, we strive to attain those goals to the best of our ability. Plato famously said that in a republic that honors the core of democracy, the greatest amount of power is given to those called guardians. Only those with the most impeccable character are chosen to protect the democracy. We are, in a nutshell, the armed representatives of our government, and we are protecting our democracy. And you are guardians of our community. Policing is imperfect, because we're human, but it's a noble profession. There's great risk and stress, great responsibility and expectation, but greater intrinsic reward and satisfaction. We do a lot of really great things every day that probably all but a few won't make the headlines in the news media because they never start out with this great thing happened today, right? Just not going to see that. Or no crime happened today in Fargo, lead story. Probably not, right? So we have to go home every day knowing the good work that we did contributed to that. We're currently in a challenging environment. But Brenna and James, and for our promotees, you're joining a resilient team. And we continue to grow in our resilience. We're dedicated to protecting our community and each other as guardians of our community. And we thank you for joining our team, and we look forward to your success. As to our promotees, let's talk a little bit about them. Well, Joel Erickson, who actually got promoted to lieutenant last August 22nd, unfortunately due to an off-duty injury, didn't have the opportunity to put on his uniform and have this nice ceremony and badge pinning. But he's been in place since August. He's a 15-year veteran of the department, served 6.5 years as a sergeant, working in patrol and investigations in our training and development unit, where prior to his injury, he helped lead the effort to set up our largest academy, number 3, from which Brenna and James graduated last fall. He's currently our night shift commander and graduated last year from ICP's Leadership and Police Organization's 3-week program. So he's been part of positive change in our department, taking those leadership principles and applying them in his daily work, as we would expect. And we look forward very much to his continued success. Jessica White, 14-year veteran, spent a lot of years as a downtown resource officer, gained a lot of relationships downtown, served many years as a police training officer, has trained many of the officers on our department right now, especially as we transition to a much younger department than maybe we had been in the past. Jessica served also for a long time on the peer support team and most recently on the wellness committee. She's also a trainer in the Valor program, which is a resiliency program being brought into our department from which everyone will benefit in 2023. She graduated the First Line Leadership Program last year and will be attending LPO in the coming months. I was very impressed with Jess from the beginning as she served on the Chief Selection Committee, and I could see that she was very adept at crucial conversations, understands the value of positive engagement and discussion, and is a huge benefit to our culture and will continue to be so in her new role as a sergeant. Nick Jonas, an 18-year veteran, working both in patrol and investigations. A year ago, he was promoted to detective, which is a rank that we didn't have before. But Nick, as part of a positive change in our department, participated, along with others, in establishing that new rank. And it was a huge benefit to our department going forward. So he gets promoted for a year, and now he's going to leave the spot open, right? Nice job. But we value your work as a supervisor because the investigative knowledge that you bring and that you will bring to the patrol force is just innumerable, right? And they need that kind of guidance. And we're looking forward to see you bring your experiences and your knowledge there and help educate those folks and a lot of the new cops. And appreciate the manner in which you transition. When I first met Nick, he was a detective trapped in an SRO position. Not that he wasn't a good SRO, because he was, but we had some things in place that prevented him from really following his career path. So again, a nice positive transition and change from that perspective. Adam Melquist, 10-year veteran, has been a police training officer for many years as well, and created the infamous concealed carry matrix for the department. For those of you that don't understand this, North Dakota gun laws have been a little tricky over the past several to many years. And there's a lot of nuances to whether or not someone can be arrested, whether they're lawfully carrying, things like whether it's loaded, whether it's hidden, is it in a car, all kinds of things that are almost impossible for the regular cop to remember on the street. And so Adam had an experience where he made an arrest and actually lost the case. And after losing the case, instead of being bitter or commiserating about it, as a good leader would, he sat down and he figured this all out. He developed a matrix that the department uses to help other officers figure out whether we should make an arrest or whether we should let someone go. Again, excellent leadership example there. And I look forward to him continuing to do that in his role as sergeant, and he's done that throughout his time as a PTO officer. I got to spend a night with Adam on the street working. Mom and Dad, we were working. Got to see, again, everything from taking an intoxicated person out of an apartment to the downtown bar closing scene, which is quite chaotic. Adam exhibited extremely calm demeanor, even all the way through the motorcycle foot chase that happened. And he was never going to catch the cycle, but he gave it a heck of an effort and kept his composure the whole time. So I can really appreciate that, and I can see why he would be a good sergeant and a continued good leader. So for anyone that reads any leadership books, if you're familiar with Simon Sinek, he talks about early adopters to change. So an early adopter is someone that doesn't necessarily have to be convinced. They don't lay back and wait and see. They listen to the ideas, they're interested in it, and they pick it up and run with it. There's someone who's willing to sacrifice time and energy to be part of something that supports their beliefs. Our vision, mission, and values are extremely important to the overall operation of this department, and we have to be committed and have those internalized. All of these folks have done that in various ways, and they exhibit that on a daily basis. So it's not just what they say, but it's what they do that supports that. And in addition to the good leaders that they are and that they will continue to develop to be, they're exemplary followers. Everyone, right? Everyone reports to somebody. Exemplary followers are critical thinkers, and they're actively engaged. Again, all four of our promotees, critical thinkers, actively engaged. Look forward to what they bring to the table in the future. So remember, folks, that you're one of the most important pieces of a successful organizational puzzle, because that revolves around small team leadership. You're going to oversee various shifts in different divisions on a 24/7 basis, 2/3 of the time without any other support, meaning 2/3 of the time without anyone above the rank of lieutenant to tell you what you should or should not do, right? You're on your own for the most part. You're accountable just not to yourself, but to others. You're expected to kind of set the pace and continue to lead by example as we move our department forward. So we want you to be not the thermometer that tells us what the temperature in the room is, but the thermostat that sets the temperature, sets the tone, sets the culture, sets the environment. Every day when you get ready to get your team at briefing or get them ready to roll out on a particular assignment or for a shift. It's very important that you embed those vision, mission, and values within your direct reports, develop their skills, provide guidance and support, and maintain accountability. That's also an equally important piece. These are critical responsibilities, and I'm confident that all of you will be successful in your new roles. And when all our wheels are in sync, we are a high-performing team. And that's absolutely our goal. We are a really excellent department, and we want to continue to keep that moving forward to become that quintessential department that the mayor spoke of earlier. So congratulations to our promotees. I appreciate all your efforts and look forward to your continued success. Now, before we get to the badge pinning part, which everyone is anxiously waiting for, some of you might be really nervous, hoping that you can connect those two little holes in the uniform, but it'll work out. We need to just have an understanding, especially for the new folks, about the meaning of the badge and why we wear a badge. It's not just like there for no reason. It really goes all the way back to the ancient Romans, right? The centurions who carried the big shields in their left hand, covering left side of your body, your heart, vital organs, who guarded Rome. And then as law enforcement developed over the years, we went down to this badge or shield, again, still placed over your heart. So it's not only a symbol of public trust, but it's placed over your heart because you do have to serve, and go back to the mayor's comment, with compassion, right? So you have to have compassion and you have to be passionate about what you're doing. That will help guide your decision making. And again, as difficult as this job is, if it's not in your heart to do it, you're not going to succeed. It's going to be very uncomfortable and it won't be good for you. So you have to have the heart for the job. On top of the badge itself, you'll see an eagle, which makes a lot of sense because eagles are the symbol of our country. But there's actually a lot of symbolism to why the eagle is on top of our badge. Eagles, very much like law enforcement, nurture their young, right? We train our new cops, teach them how to fly. At some juncture, the eagles will push the eaglets out of the nest. So Brenna and James, at some juncture, someone's pushing you out of a big nest really high. And we do that to see if you can fly on your own. If you can't, the eagle swoops down and picks up the eaglet, brings it back up until it's developed enough to fly. If it's successful, they reward them with food. So we give cops donuts or bagels for good work, or I don't know, whatever. I suppose bagels is the current thing. An occasional donut is not a bad thing, just FYI. But they do that until they're developed. They work in pairs. They have incredible vision, sharp talons for grabbing prey. And just like all of you, when there's a storm, they lock their wings and they fly forward. We do this every day. We don't know exactly what we're going to in a particular call. We are dispatched to something. So we lock wings, we head towards it. Could be bad, could be good. Might sound good, but turn out to be bad. We really don't know. Either way, we head towards it and we deal with it. And after the storm, eagles help to settle and rebuild. Just like we help to settle our communities and restore peace. So there's a lot of symbolism to the eagle on our badge. There's a lot of reasons why we wear the badge. And it's an important component of what we do. So we are now ready then to move into the actual badge pinning piece. I'm going to start with our lieutenants, sergeants, and then work to our new hires. So Joel, if you'd like to come up, please. Lieutenant Erickson and his wife Emily, and then we've got Hallie and Jaden. Thank you. Good job. Jaden, Haley, nice job. We've got Jessica White. Her dad, Ken, from Colorado, right? And who's got a birthday coming up January 7th, so happy birthday to him. And also shares the same birthday as her son, Killian, who is really diligently thinking about how he's going to pin this badge on, and her wife, Carrie, I'm sorry. Okay, nice job. All right, nicely done. All right, we have Nick, wife Rachel, daughters Kate and Lauren. So I think Kate and Lauren are fighting over the pinning rights, right? And then we have Adam, parents Dave and Alita. His wife Stephanie was out of town, was not able to make it, unfortunately. And then we have our new hires, Brenna and her mom, Angela. And James and his fiancee, Isabel. And these two are getting married on June 25th. You knew that, Isabel, right? Okay, just checking. I wouldn't want to blow anything. Okay, thank you, everyone. We're just going to administer the law enforcement oath of honor. So if you would all raise your right hands and repeat after me. On my honor, I will never betray my integrity, my character, or the public trust. I will treat all individuals with dignity and respect and ensure that my actions are dedicated to ensuring the safety of my community and the preservation of human life. I will always have the courage to hold myself and others accountable for our actions. I will always maintain the highest ethical standards and uphold the values of my community and the agency I serve. Congratulations. Before we close out, I want to thank our staff for all their great work, our law enforcement families for their love and support, and our great Fargo community for their partnership. As they stand there, is that where you're going to position? We're going to do our Fargo PD reception line. So I think you take a slight step back. Are we able to route there from over there, Jesse? Okay, beautiful. So we'll have a reception line for our Fargo PD folks. And then we'll have some photo ops up here. We're going to take some photos with everyone, with command staff, et cetera. And then if you would like some family photos, we'll have a photographer on site here, so you can do whatever family photos you would like. We'll leave the flags up until you get all of that accomplished. Okay, so thanks to all of you for your attendance here today, and let's just give everyone one more round of applause. Cue reception line.